Today's episode will answer the question, how can I practice mindfulness daily? And I thought I would put this episode together for people to really help them start with small steps and to show them that it is the easiest thing to practice mindfulness, no matter who you are, no matter what your life looks like, no matter what your day looks like. Every single one of you will be able to practice mindfulness every day after listening to this. So feel free to grab pen and paper to take notes, or you can find the summary of it online. If you find me on Facebook, I'll make sure to summarize it for you. Okay, so before we start, we will do a little grounding exercise to help you arrive in the present moment. And I'll invite you to now find a very comfortable spot where you can stay for the next minutes to listen to this episode. You don't have to sit up straight, you can lie down. Just find whatever suits you in this moment. And when you are ready, I will invite you to notice your surroundings. You may be inside, you may be outside in nature. Notice any colors. Notice the light, where it is coming from. Any shadows. The warmth or the coolness of the light. And just the things around that you can see. And just get familiar with where you are. And then I invite you to gently come into your body. Maybe notice where your body is making contact with the earth. Maybe with the chair or the bed. Maybe you're walking. You're making contact with the earth. Just notice the pressure, the stability. And then maybe feel your feet and feel your hands. And then move your attention to your breath. And let's take a few conscious breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose. And then exhale gently through your mouth. And let's do that again. Inhale slowly, maybe deeper than before. And exhale through your mouth, letting out all of the air. And one last time, inhale. Deeper and deeper, as deep as you can. And then let that go through the mouth. Relax your belly and continue breathing as normal. And make sure you relax your belly. Notice the gentle waves of the breath, the rising and falling of your chest, of your belly. The gentle rhythm. And just notice how your body softens And notice how that helps your mind settle. And feel free for the rest of the episode. And keep your eyes closed, or to have a soft gaze. And we will gently begin. So first, what is mindfulness? To practice mindfulness daily, we need to know, what is mindfulness? And I personally believe that mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment. So fully anchored, fully aware, instead of being lost in the thoughts or driven by our thoughts. So that means you're observing where you are, what is happening in and around you, without judgment. Without the mind saying good or bad. And ultimately, mindfulness is not about controlling thoughts or becoming empty, that there are no more thoughts, but it is more about just noticing them and choosing not to follow them. So the thoughts are still there, and that's okay. Just as your body is still there, and it's not just running around doing whatever it wants. Everything's just as it is, but you choose to not follow your thoughts and to not believe them, because our thoughts are really just the noise of the mind and don't have any meaning until you give them meaning. I believe that mindfulness is becoming more and more important in our lives, because I think people are living their lives more and more in their heads and just blindly believing every thought that they have, that their thoughts are their truth. And mindfulness helps us realize that we are not our thoughts, that we actually have a choice in believing them or paying attention to them, or simply saying, I don't like this doesn't serve me, this isn't healthy for me, and to simply reject these thoughts. Rejecting as in choosing not to pay attention. And this sort of opens a space of clarity and a presence, that is free from the constant mental chatter that just drives us crazy. And once we quiet down and have more clarity and have more stillness, the mental chatter will slow down, will quiet down, and then that has so many benefits for us, like emotional regulation, right? So when we when we stop listening to our mind, when our mind stops going crazy, our nervous system actually gets a chance to calm down, to move out of stress and into healing. When the mind quiets down, it helps us with focus. Because instead of wasting our energy on these mental loops that we play over and over again all day long, we now can use our mind in a helpful way, in a way that improves our life, in a way that is helpful, useful, that impacts our lives positively, that impacts other people's lives positively. To do that, we need to have the freedom. The brain, the part of the brain that focuses, needs to be free. It needs to be still so that we can use it, not preoccupied with the mindless chatter. And then this, of course, has an impact on our entire physical health. We sleep better, our blood pressure lowers, our immune system can finally work properly again because it's not shut down by the stress response in our body. And then the most beneficial factor of mindfulness is our spiritual growth. Just this stepping beyond our thoughts, meeting ourselves more fully, a deeper sense of self-awareness, and we can begin to sense the interconnectedness of everything. Okay, so here are the things, right? There are 5 things, 5 practices that everyone can do every single day. There is no excuse to not be able to do any of them, okay? So I will just quickly walk you through them. Write them down or go to Facebook and I will write them down for you. Okay, so number 1, it's the morning check-in. Before you hop out of bed, stop and breathe. All you do, take about a minute, that's maybe 5 breaths, maybe 6, and breathe. Notice the in-breath and notice the out-breath. Breathe in through your nose, deep and slow, and then exhale through your mouth. All of the air out slowly, and notice your body. Notice how relaxed it is in the morning. Allow it to stay relaxed while you breathe. Keep your mind on your breath instead of thinking ahead. What do I have to do now? Oh my God, I'm going to be late. It's just a minute. 1 minute before you hop out of bed. Put your attention as much as you can on your breath. Do 5 deep breaths. And then hop up and do whatever the hell you do. Doesn't matter. Just give yourself this 1 minute every morning. Okay, then number 2, mindful eating. Just choose any meal you want. It doesn't have to be every meal, and it doesn't have to be the entire meal. But for a little while you eat, I want you to not be distracted. Notice the textures, the smells, the flavors, and truly notice yourself enjoying the food that you are eating. Notice your chewing. Notice what it feels like, what the food feels like in your mouth, what it tastes like. Mindfully chew, mindfully swallow, mindfully take the next bite. And you don't have to do it for the whole meal, and you don't have to do it for every meal. But whenever you are eating or drinking, try to remind yourself, oh, I am eating. I am eating a burrito. I am eating a piece of chocolate cake. It's sweet. I love it. I feel happy. I notice the texture while I'm chewing, how it changes. Just as much as you can, as often as you can. That's all. And you don't have to do it the entire time. Just whenever you can, bring your attention to you eating. We all eat, so we can all do this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, if the mind wanders, if someone comes up to you and starts talking to you, it's completely okay. These small moments of checking in are what we're looking for. So the small moments of, oh, I'm eating. That's what we're looking for. It doesn't have to be for the entire meal. Okay, so number 3 is walking with awareness. We all walk. And even if it's just walking to the bathroom, right? We all walk. So I want you to, as you walk, try to tune into the rhythm of your steps and your breath. Instead of thinking where you're going, what you're going to have to do, what's on your schedule, instead of being in your head and lost in what's to come, try and be right there in the moment, taking that next step, taking each step, how the ground feels under you, how the breath and your steps are sinking. And that's it. It's very simple. Notice how fast you are going. Maybe notice you're going really fast and gently slow down your steps. Maybe take another mindful breath to help you slow down. And just notice, and even if it is just for a moment and just for a few steps. And try and do this whenever you are walking, whenever you are moving. Maybe whenever you enter a room. Take a mindful breath and then enter the room. Okay, so number 4 is mindful listening. So usually when we talk to people, we, instead of fully and truly listening, we're thinking ahead of how we're going to answer, how it made us feel and what we have to add to this. And instead of doing that, I want you to try to really practice being fully present while another person is talking, without thinking, when are they going to be done? What point are they trying to make? What am I going to add to this? How am I going to respond? Forget everything and just be there with them, with the person, and just fully listen, not planning your response, just simply receiving. This is so powerful. It's powerful for the people you're talking to, but also for yourself. It is the most, I don't know why, if anyone knows why, if anyone knows the science behind this, it is mind-blowing how exhilarating it is to truly listen to someone. It gives me the biggest joy. And it is something that I'm still practicing, that I'm not good at, because I always just want to respond straight away, to be of value, you know. So to let go and to just listen, it brings me so much joy. It's crazy. Okay, and the last one is the evening reflection. We all go to bed, okay? So everyone can do this. Before you go to bed or before you turn the lights off, just take a moment to reflect on your day. Just think, where was I present today? How did that go? And maybe where was I caught in reactivity? Where did I lose my patience? Where did I lose my presence and do things that I'm not proud of or that I don't like? And how can I show up differently tomorrow? This is completely without judgment. This is so important. You do not judge yourself. Don't ever judge yourself. You are simply learning to observe and to be aware of your experience, to be aware of your life, of what is happening inside of you, outside of you, and how you react to it, to the inside and the outside. That's it. And we can all do that. This isn't even something you need to write down. So you don't need to journal, though journaling is amazing and very beneficial. But this is something you can simply do in your head. Just before you fall asleep. When was I mindful today? Where did I forget to be mindful? Where will I try again tomorrow? So those are the 5 things that we can all do every single day. They're so easy. The morning check-in, mindful eating, walking with awareness, mindful listening, and the evening reflection. Give that a go, and you'll notice after 9 weeks, your life will change. Your brain will change. Now, there are common challenges that we face. One of them is restlessness. It's so hard for us to be still in a busy world, especially when we're not used to it, especially when we're not used to slowing down. So even the morning minute of breathing mindfully for some can be almost like torture. Like, oh my God, I don't have a minute to waste on breathing. I need to get going. I have so much on today. I need to get my coffee done, so I gotta rush out the door. Your mind will tell you whatever story it can to stop you from doing this. Because your mind is going to lose control, and you're going to take control over. And your mind doesn't want to lose control, because your mind thinks that if it loses control, you're going to die. That doesn't mean the mind is evil or bad. That means the mind is working perfectly to keep you alive, to make sure that you survive. But it is in overdrive, and it is doing things that are not helpful for itself, for your body, for your spirit, for your whole being, for your whole life. You need to take control back so that your mind can relax and learn that you are safe, that it doesn't need to rush you around so much to keep you alive. It just needs that reset. So this is initially very challenging for a lot of people. Try and break through it. Try and really break your mind to find the time to take that minute to breathe. Even if you are sitting there for the minute and freaking out and not being able to really do it properly, thinking ahead and feeling maybe even a little bit more stressed and thinking, this is worse and I will not do it. It's not working for me. This is for other people. It is not for me. Don't listen to those thoughts. Push through it. Just do it. Keep doing it for a while. Sit with the discomfort and see what happens. Then another challenge is impatience, which sort of slots into the restlessness, but more about wanting to see results. Mindfulness is something so subtle, and it is something that builds very gently over time, over a long period of time. And it is not a game of results. It is not something... If you want a goal, if you have a goal in mind, and that's why you are doing these practices, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. Because mindfulness is not about achieving. It is not about getting somewhere. Mindfulness is literally the opposite of that. It's about stopping the chase, stopping the race. It's about being here now, being present now, nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing to achieve. So this switch in mindset can be a real challenge for a lot of people. Another one is self-judgment. Feeling like you're not doing it right, or this isn't for you and you just can't, you're too far gone, or simply that it's just never good enough, never long enough, never still enough. And I want you to remember that whenever you notice these thoughts of judgment, to simply observe and not believe. Do not give these thoughts any weight, any truth, any strength. Just remember that awareness is the practice. Every single time you catch yourself that you're not aware, that it wasn't long enough, that every single time, that is you becoming more aware, noticing more, noticing faster, and it's going to eventually get better and better. And the last challenge I've got here that a lot of people struggle with is time constraints. Everyone's too busy to be mindful. But I think the 5 practices that I gave are something that no one can excuse to not have time for, really. Because they don't require extra time. They fit into anyone's day. Anyone. Because seriously, we all breathe, we all hop up in the morning, we all eat, we all walk, we all talk to other people. We all interact, even if it's an animal, even if it's just your dog for today, even if it's yourself, if you just talk to yourself that day. And we all go to bed again. We all go to sleep. So no excuses for the time constraints. These 5 things everyone can do. And to set yourself up for success and not for failure, that you can actually do this and try and do this every day for weeks and weeks and try and make this your new normal. I want you to really focus on consistency. Yeah, because this is the thing that will help you succeed. It's consistency. You simply just have to show up for yourself. You just have to keep doing it. Keep remembering to do it. That's the only thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. There isn't a technique and I gotta, perfect my technique, or I gotta try it this way or that way. It's not about that. That's not what will make you succeed or not. It's literally just the consistency. Your brain needs time and repetition. That's the only thing. Keep doing it, keep repeating, and your brain will form new pathways, healthier pathways, quieter pathways. And research has shown that it takes around 9 weeks of consistent practice to rewire the brain and form new habits. So that's a long time. That's why I don't want you to be goal-oriented. I just want you to think, just have a new way of living. There's nothing, don't think of something that's going to massively change and there's this goal. Just say, look, from now on, I want to be happier. I want to be more mindful. I want to be more present in my life. So I'm simply going to start noticing these things. I'm going to do that from now on, not for 9 weeks, forever. This is just going to be a new normal. Think about, I'm changing my lifestyle. And I promise you, the benefits are going to be ridiculous. Okay, so good luck. I hope you want to try this. I really do. And I think I made it pretty easy that anyone can follow this. And just remember that mindfulness is not another thing to get right or to get perfect. You really just start noticing what's going on for you, noticing your body during the day instead of being lost in the mind, noticing your surroundings instead of being lost with thoughts, with mental loops. It's a way of living, It's a lifestyle. And it says, I'm here, I'm enough. This moment is enough. There's nowhere I need to be. There's nothing I need to become. It gives you so much quiet, so much more time to spend productively, to spend meaningfully. And just remember to be gentle with yourself. We're human. We need to start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect. There is no perfect. There is no perfect way to do this. So just keep showing up consistently every day and be very gentle with yourself. Show up with a lot of compassion with yourself. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're trying and doing, and whatever the thoughts about it, be kind, be gentle. Show up softly, show up imperfectly, but consistently.